The research I proposed would look at a freshman orientation and retention program within Western Student Services and consider its gender balanced participation. For my presentation, I'd like to consider an overview of the related social and education issues, and then look at the particulars of the proposal itself. The overview will move through a sequence of 4 steps that lead to the consideration of some of Western's related programs. A year ago, I heard that freshman orientation and retention programs sometimes struggle with recruiting enough men, but I wondered if the numbers backed up the concern. After digging into this research proposal, I learned that they do. In the United States, for every 100 women born, 105 men are born, and yet, in 1990, the college degree attainment rate for women exceeded that of men, and the gap has been increasing ever since. In 1998, the female college enrollment rate exceeded that of men, and that gap too has been widening ever since. And beginning in 2011, for the first time in our country's history, men are less likely to graduate from college than their fathers. Why is this a concern? Because a democracy calls for analytical thinkers and knowledgeable voters, and because uneducated leaders in power, male or female, often results in myopic thinking and actions. My initial literature review considered related social science, and I found that some studies suggest, no big surprise, that there are distinct subcultures of gender, and with those cultural differences, there is often a significant preference regarding the source of communication. In addition, evidence suggests that social communities are the key to the retention and success of college students. That led to the question, do student service programs at Western help to overcome the male-female imbalance among students by staffing with gender balance, or do they exacerbate the problems by doing the opposite? I looked at some of the principal student service resources at Western and asked how many men are represented on staff. The Academic Advisor Center has males represented in a ratio of 1 male out of 6 of the staff. At the Career Services Center, 1 out of 12. Student Outreach Services, or SOS, 0 out of 6. SOS Support Coordinators, 0 out of 4. SOS Peer Mentor Coordinators, 0 out of 11. And now the proposal and process. That initial review informed the research question, why is the SOS Viking Access program at Western Washington University attended by women in far higher proportion to male attendees relative to the overall freshman female-male ratio? And that review led to a purposeful sample to draw from for the focus group. Groups. The proposal methodology is a qualitative study with focus group research. That choice was made because the research proposal asks a why question. The work is exploratory. Because a researcher by the name of David Morgan suggests that focus groups precipitate a big perspective. And because I found a number of studies considering similar issues that utilize focus groups. What about the benefits? The field would benefit because the results would provide an additional resource for the design of student outreach services. And the subjects would benefit because they would learn more about their student service needs. We'll take a quick look at the focus group questions and then come back if time allows. The analysis would utilize audio tapes and transcripts, organize and code, and the findings would be both appropriately represented and interpreted. Any questions?